Welcome in this video, and we're going to see how to play the King's Indian defense and destroy your opponents if they dare to play the move d4. You can play knight f6, c4, g6, knight c3, bishop to g7, allowed white to play this move e4, and this is the King's Indian defense, a hyper modern system. We would like to attack his central pawns actually, and I'm going to show you a universal, very nice system how to do it. After the move d6, knight f3, this is the main variation, this is how the theories develop, and after castling, white here can play this move bishop on d3. Itself this move is good actually. When I first saw by playing the King's Indian defense many years ago, I thought, what is this actually, it's not good. However, it is a good move, but it has some drawbacks, and white should know what they are doing. I used this one with white as well actually, with a very good results. However, here for a moment white don't have this very nice stable control over the move d4, and one of the black strategy is to attack this d4 square. How you can do it? He can choose this cut-off system. We can play bishop on g7 sooner or later, or anything that white can play. We can play this move bishop g4 and taking the knight, or attack this pawn on d4 with the pieces, this and this, oops, here, and the knight is attacking this one. What could go wrong? For example, here a very natural move is to play something like h3. Why not? Take, and now knight c6. Immediately we're attacking that pawn, right? Immediately. He can play, for example, this one, but now he's creating squares around the center, and this is the main strategy of black. He would like to attack that pawn and force white to do something with this, maybe to push it, because if you just push it, we have, for example, knight e5, attacking here, pressing there, the knight can go to that square. We have some initiative here. Or even here the knight d4 is working as well, because we can consolidate, install the knight there with moves like c5, for example, try to play something like Benoni, advanced Benoni. But d5 is one move, and white player maybe thought here that he can play bishop on e3, controlling that square. Now we can continue attacking, and white moves look so natural. I have the bishop pair. White has some aiming, some ideas for that. He would like to take something, and for this reason he could fall into the trap. For example, here we can play knight d7, and again we're threatening that pawn because we have 2 and he has 1. We know mathematics, he should do defense, he should defend himself with this move, but already he fell into the trap. Now we can win. What are you going to play with the black pieces? And black here can play, for example, this or the other knight, doesn't matter, because he's going to take, I'm going to take back, attacking the queen and the bishop, so he's going to lose something here. And more dramatically is that he can go there, for example, forking again the king and queen, another double threat. Or if he found the correct move like this, we can go there attacking the king, he can go here, we can take the pawn, continue attacking this one, the diagonal is open, and it's an amazing position for the black pieces. Let's move forward now and see trap number 2. In the previous trap we saw bishop on d3, this system, but now let's see the main line. This is what your opponent are going to play. Bishop on e2, right? Bishop e2, why not? And here we have bishop g4, try to pin, try to play this cut-off idea again. This is a direct attack with the pieces. They are trying to follow the strategy by the pieces. It's very tactical, more tactical than the usual line to play, for example, e5 immediately. And now after this we can play this knight here, preparing the other knight and preparing maybe to play the move e5 as well. Nothing is wrong with the black position. We have a lot of interesting choices here, and he can play something like this. We can take, and knight c6. Once again we are threatening that pawn. He need to do something. We would like to force him to do something, maybe to push it. So the correct move is not to push it. And now we can play pawn here, e5, attacking that pawn. We're really attacking that because we know mathematics, 3 against 2, oops, here, 2. So he's going to push, and boom, inside. Knight e7 is playable, but not the best. It's also playable. with the idea to play f5 at the right moment. But the best move here is to play there, and he can take, we can take, he can go there, and again white can fall into the trap because they think, I'm going knight e2 and I'm going to take that pawn on d4. How you are going to protect it, right? It looks very logical that we're going to take that pawn. But here black played d3, attacking the knight. The queen can take, but now we can take on b2. Okay, not very bad, we can play here and we can go back. Now the position is very good for black, and white is going to fall again into this trap because they're saying, I have the white pieces, I need to prove something, right? And in order to prove something, let's take a pawn. Ha! Okay, because we have knight c5 attacking the queen, and look, we're going to win material. Are you familiarized with this position? I'm going to see it many times on your games. It's an extremely popular system. So white here is not going to play the main line, he's going to choose something else. What is this else? This is Makagorov variation, h3. I'm going to stop with bishop g4. This is over. You're not going to play this in this game. Maybe to another one, right? What we're going to do? First of all, castling. Easy things. Castle, it's okay because you are securing your king. Bishop e3, knight there. Again, you are trying to put more pressure against this pawn. And he's going to play something like this and strike in the center. The black strategy, try to do something against that pawn. He's going to push it forward, and now white is sure that you are going back, right? You are going back with the knight, and you're going to say, no, thank you, I'm not going back, I'm going forward on d4. And the other guy is going to see and think, what are you doing? I can take. And after this, I'm going to take again. I have an extra pawn, right? However, he already fell into the trap because now we have a very strong move. And this move, you are going to see it many times. I showed you this in the previous video, and the tactical blow, King's Indian defense is full of tactical blows, full. And now we have knight takes on d4. Whoa, what is this? He can take here with two options. He can take the bishop on g7 or the knight on e4, and we're going to see both of them. First things first, he can take, for example, here the bishop. He captures something, and of course we should not capture back because he's going to take our knight, so we need some intermediate moves, and this is rook to e8. We are protecting the knight. If he just take, we can take with check. We are threatening his knight in order to create a discovered check here, and we're also threatening that one. He can play something like bishop e2, for example, and now we can take. And white is going to say, oh, a double attack. I'm attacking the knight and your king. However, we have tactics, defensive tactics. Queen f6. We are threatening his queen, and if he just captures our queen, we are going to recapture maybe with a knight or even with a king. It's also playable, but with a knight, let's say. Now, let's go forward. He can play this one, for example. We examine this one, so he's going to play something like this, and now he's losing because we have this discovered check, and after that we're going to take the queen. Going back here, after the move e5 and d5, we are going forward. He's going to take, and our tactical blow is knight takes there. We just examine this variation to take on g7 with the bishop. Now let's examine the other one because he has another thing to do, to take him with a knight. Now again it looks like that we cannot do much, right? And if you just capture here, he can recapture with a queen. And we are not threatening the knight. So we have this amazing move. Bear it in mind, we have queen h4, very strong move. Attacking the knight, he cannot play this one. And not only attacking the knight, skewering with x-ray to attack the bishop. So he has the problems. And maybe he can take here. This is the solution. If you are attacking something, I'm going to take it. But now we can take, attacking the king. He can play something like this. I'm attacking your rook, white is saying. However, before capturing the bishop, we can take on g2. And it's very easy again to fall into the trap because we're threatening the rook, but white is going to think, what are you doing? I'm going to attack your queen with my bishop. The bishop is protected with my queen, and my bishop from f3 is protecting the rook. Oh, I win. I won the game. However, we have this lovely check, and suddenly the king is completely unprotected. He cannot play here because the rook is falling. The king needs to protect that square, and we also threatening this one. He has to play something like this, and we're going to take, this is a check, very difficult to parry the check with something, and now we can take there, and we have a winning position with 2 extra pawns. Very easy for you to win this game. Let's see now one of my favorite traps in my favorite system. The system is f3, the Zemis variation. I really love this one. What white would like to do? Bishop here, queen there, h4, h5, bishop there, and attacking the king side. I managed to win a lot of games, and it's very difficult for black to open up the center. What we have to do? First of all, castling, we're not afraid. And now bishop to e3, e5, attacking the center, d5, close the center because you would like to attack on the king side. And after a5, we are preparing to attack on the queen side because at many points the white king is going to land on the queen side, and we have this maneuver, and f6 try to do something in the center. And now he can play queen d2, knight a6, bishop h3, h6, continue the attack. However, now we have a trap, very interesting one. You saw this tactic, this tactical motif actually, and I'm going to show you in many variations in order to bear it in mind, to remember better, and this tactical motif is boom, knight takes e4, attacking the queen. He can take with a pawn or with a knight, doesn't matter how he's going to take, because we have this double attack with the queen attacking the king and the bishop at the same time, and we are winning the game here, we are winning a pawn, and we have all the possibilities to win the game. For example, we can play this one, kick the knight away, we have this lovely square, we can play this one later, and we are all the possibilities to win this game. I kept this trap for last actually because it's very entertaining, very nice, and many players are going to fight fire with fire. f4, what else? People used to play this one, and it has a lot of fun actually to play the move f4. And white is going to say, I'm going to stop you this one, I'm going to play this, I'm going to play in the center, I have this impressive center with a lot of pawns. However, he lost a lot of time and black has very good development. What we're going to do? Castling, you know this already. Knight f3, knight a6, the modern variation. And after this one, we can strike in the center. How to do it? e5, in your face, e5, look at this beautiful move, because now, if he just take like this, we can take with a pawn, and now he's facing some problems. For example, if he just take with a pawn, we can exchange queens, he has to take a knight g4, and we're going to take this one because we have more pieces. Even after this, we have rook e8, and we're going to take this pawn e5 for sure, and behind this pawn is another juicer, the e4 square, the e4 pawn, we can take e4 as well later. So maybe he's going to try to capture with a knight, and here we need to change a little bit the strategy, strike again. What he can do, for example, he can play something like this, and again we have a very similar tactical motif. And this is knight takes there. Like the exchange variation, we have this tactical motif in the exchange variation. We just capture something, and if he takes, we can take this one. And now the material is equal, however we have very nice position in the center, the center in the king side, we can kick this knight away, we have very active pieces, and it's not so easy to play with the white here. And this passed pawn, it's not winning or doing anything right now, it's there, but we can undermine in playing some moves like this, or knight first of all here and after this, or play this maneuver to block that knight, play positional chess, we have a lot of ideas. So here white is facing some problems. After this one he has to take, we can take, and maybe he's going to push forward, right? And now we can continue attacking. Why we are attacking? Because he lost a lot of time to create this impressive center. And now we can play knight c5, attacking e4, he need to protect that one. And now another beautiful move, very typical to the previous one, and this is boom again, knight takes. He has to take, and now pinning the knight. We are threatening that knight to capture, because we know mathematics 2 against 1. So we're going to take this one like this. He has to play something like that. We can take, he can take, f5, attacking the bishop. He can go, for example, back, we have e4, another double attack, with the pawn this time, and we're threatening to capture with the knight there to completely destroy him. So he's going to sacrifice the bishop because he needs to do something, give something back to continue the game a little bit, to make it a little longer. We can take, he can castle, and now after the move e4 he needs to find or to know the move knight d2, because after e4 we're threatening this check, and the check is not important itself, but we're threatening this rook, so the knight has to be here to protect that rook. And after that we can play knight here, queen f6, threatening that rook. He can exchange actually, and now this is an amazing position, amazing position. We have ideas like this one, pressing this, give a check here. We have this one to sacrifice the queen and create the checkmate there. Maybe we can push the pawn forward at the right moment. We have a lot of good ideas. So it was a very good system, this one, a very good traps actually, how to play blitz games and how to win a lot of them, ton of them. And I'm waiting your response actually with your success. Did you manage to perform any of these traps? You're very welcome to write a comment below. So, why you should become a member? This is an amazing opportunity to you to support the channel and gain access to exclusive perks. Well, it's not just about supporting the channel, it's about becoming part of the exclusive community. You'll be helping me to continue creating the content you love, and in return you get some fantastic benefits. We have 3 membership levels, tolerated fit everyone needs: the gold, the diamond and the platinum. Join us as a member is a great way to interact with me directly. You will get loyalty badges next to your name in comments, access to custom emojis and special discounts. I prioritize replies to members. Access exclusive videos available only for members to enhance your chess skills. The time to improve is now. On the platinum membership plan you will get a chess course for free. So what you are waiting for? Click the join button to become a member today. Let's take this journey together to the next level and unlock these amazing perks.